Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm doing my first watch along today with a new series I'm testing out here. It's called Music and a Movie, and I figured I would mix my movie side of my channel and the music side of my channel into one. So I thought it was a pretty cool idea, and I chose School of Rock for the first film because I think it's an all-around great film. This is essentially a vehicle for Jack Black. Like he was meant to play this role. I'm watching it on Amazon Prime today. I'm gonna just set it up here real quick. I'll probably have it at like the 2 second mark here. Just a sec. Yeah, 2 seconds in. So I'm ready to go, guys. I'm just gonna wait another minute here. Yeah, so this stars Jack Black, and like I said, this feels like the movie was written for him. And it essentially was because Mike White, who was also in this movie playing Mr. Schneebly, he uh, he used to live right next door to Jack Black in their apartment, and he would hear him play this rock music and heavy metal music all the time. So yeah, they got to know each other, and he essentially wrote this script about him. So I think that's why it works so perfect. And yeah, so Mike White is also in this. We got Joan Cusack, which is John Cusack's sister, which is interesting enough. We got Sarah Silverman. She plays like the the bee next door, if you catch my drift, and she plays it so well. And we got Miranda Cosgrove, which plays Summer, one of the kids, and she went on to become a star on iCarly. Funny enough, which I never watched because I was in high school at the time when that came out. So yeah, this interesting stuff. So we're gonna get into this real quick, guys. Maybe another 30 seconds here. I'm drinking Bud Light today. I'm on vacation, so that's why I thought it was a good idea to start this series on a day like today when I'm off. Because when you have a full-time job, it's hard to find time to do things like this. So okay, guys, let's get right into this. I'm at 2 seconds in. The stars are just about to come down from the sky and the logo at the start here. So on go, we'll start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Yeah, the stars are just coming down and swooping by. And right away, we get a pretty banging soundtrack. Hey, Jason, just started the movie. Yeah, it's directed by Richard Linklater, who would only do the film if the kids would actually play their own instruments. And they do. Everybody in this movie plays their own instruments. Even Jack Black, except for the solo parts. He doesn't play those. But everything else is real. He's the energy of that band, Jack Black. Some good songs, too, for just being made up. I think Dewey's too much for the band. He's going a little too crazy for them. Fight for your love. Yeah. There's a lot of good characters. Um, I'm at time frame 2 minutes and 50 seconds. It's just starting. The credits just finished. Jack Black's laying in bed. Now Ned Schneebly here. He's the writer of the film. So let me know if you need another timestamp or something, Jason. He's so optimistic about his band. Now I am the yeah, I know the vinyl in the background looks great. So many. IMDb has this as PG, but Prime has it as PG-13. I'm pretty sure it was PG though, and it's one of the better family films to tackle like hard rock subject. You know, they never get it right. She is a nightmare. Oh my god, she plays it so well. Yes, Sarah Silverman. She plays her perfectly. This is true. It's about to hit rock bottom. That's the hardest part with being in a band. It's if something comes up and you have to kick out one of the members or like family, you know. Yeah. Jason says every musician knows a guy like Dewey. We sure do. Or there's like always that one guy in high school like that, you know? So committed. See his SG Gibson. It's like the classic rock guitar. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's super confident, like overconfident. Sometimes you need that motivation, you know? Now, right here, we get Joan Cusack as the principal. Or yeah, I think she's principal. And that's John Cusack's sister. Hey, Video Tasties. Have a good night. I know you're in a totally different time zone, so. You're Strat guy, Jason? Yeah, they're good. I'm probably more of a Strat guy, too, out of the two. Oh, yeah, this is a fun flick. Yeah, she is great in this. Everybody was perfectly casted, I found. From Jack Black to her. They killed it in their roles, sold it completely. Just like we were saying, how Sarah Silverman was such a bitch. Well, yeah, completely sells it. Smacking them in the head. Kids don't know what they have coming. Doesn't know how to spell his own name. Hello, Alexander. Xander, how's it going? Right off the bat, she should have known something was up here. I always dig these premises too, where you put a comedian like this in a classroom setting, or whether it's Kindergarten Cop or like this movie or Billy Madison. It's always comedic gold. Filthy Dan's in the house. Yeah, just call me Mr. S. Love how he can't spell his name. I was drunk yesterday. Freddie Jones, shut up. His nicknames are hilarious. Summer kills it too. Miranda Cosgrove. It's like one of her first roles. I think she may have played something else when she was like 5 or something. But yeah, I can see why she got a job with the iCarly or whatever after this. In all honesty, that'd be the coolest substitute teacher you'd ever have. Hey, Heather. We're just enjoying School of Rock. We're not that far in. He just met the class for the first time. He's as bad as the kids looking at the time. And everybody who was like Dewey in school always had that van, in high school. We all knew one person like that. Rip to the kid who played Freddie, the drummer. He passed away a few weeks back. Yeah, I kind of think I read that somewhere. Yeah, it's too bad. I'm not sure what it was, if it was due to drugs or what, but kid actors happens way too often. Hope it wasn't that, but sad either way. There's a lot of zooms in this. Yeah, I didn't really notice so far. My favorite Rich Linklater film too, which I know is blasphemous, with Dazed and Confused and Before Sunrise on there, but they're really close. All in my top 100. Yeah, I like Dazed and Confused, but I prefer this movie too. It's just so fun, and I was like maybe 9 or 10 when it came out, and I was the perfect age. I was in the rock music at the time, so it just spoke with me. Oh wow, traffic collision. Yeah, that sucks. No, it's always sad, and we hear it seems like so often nowadays these actors are dying, whether it be from COVID or accidents or drugs, whatever. But it seems like it's more and more often for some reason. If anybody needs a timestamp, we're 7:26 around. 1726, I mean. About to start rocking soon. Jack Black got a Golden Globe nomination for this, and deservedly so. Yes, I agree. I was saying earlier, this role was meant for him. Like a lot of his movies, he plays them well, but this was like 100% perfection in my mind. Casting, and not just with him, with the principal, with Sarah Silverman's character, the Patty, is it the girlfriend? Like so perfectly casted. Yeah, we do, don't we? Motorcycle accident. Yes, J Man Rockstar is great. I have that on the list of ideas I had for this music in a movie. I plan on doing movies like this, biopics, and even musicals. So a little bit of everything that has to do with music and film. So yeah, I'll get to that for sure. Toilets are so low. Oh, this is where he hears the classical music. It's where it gets interesting. And these kids all played these instruments for real. None of it was fake. It's the only way the director would do the movie. This is the movie that actually made me fall in love with music, and now that's my second biggest passion. Awesome. Yeah, they definitely give you the goods and the rock and that, and give you insight on some of the best bands in this film. I was just getting into it at the time, like ACDC and that, and like I was slowly getting in the metal, but not so much yet. I was still more into the rock phase at that time, Led Zeppelin, bands like that. So yeah, this movie really spoke to me at the time. You got your Bud Light too? Awesome. You're all done looking after the kids? I think that's what you said earlier. Here we go. Giving them instruments. And these are all the songs that you learn when you first pick up a guitar ever. Iron Man, Smoke on the Water. Those are some of the first songs I've learned anyway. Kid picks it up right away. Ray, Walk the Line, Crossroads, La Bamba, Cadillac Records, Rockstar, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, all great music films. Definitely going to try to cover them anyway. Probably do like a one music theme like this, like one biopic and then one musical, and go through them like that. I love when Jack Black just goes off and starts singing. Cello. I feel bad for this actress though because she was harassed a lot, I guess, after this film I read, where like people were saying, "I can't wait till you get of age" and stuff like this gross stuff to say to a kid actor, and she had a hard time getting over it, I guess. Call me weird, but as a kid, I had a crush on Katie Rebecca, who played the bass. It could be because it was big in the bass. Yeah, well, that's fine. You were a kid, but there's like these adults messaging her, right? So, which would have been weird. But yeah, it's normal if you're a kid watching this. The Broadway musical soundtrack is awful. No one can mimic Jack Black's iconic singing voice. Yeah, one in a million. That's why I love Tenacious D too. He's great in that his own band with Kyle Gass. And it helped I was already kind of a fan of Jack Black before this film with like Orange County and films like that. I think we were like right before this. Yeah, for sure. And any film you guys that has music in it that you guys want to be a part of, let me know, and for sure we'll make it happen. This was like my first test of going live with StreamYard with YouTube, so I wasn't sure how it was gonna work, but it seems to work fine. So I think I can bring on people. The kids are looking at him like he's crazy. And he's seeing this as an opportunity to get his band back. He's like, well, if I can't have a band, I'll use the kids, you know? Still getting that satisfaction. Yes, Dan, Spinal Tap. I know we were supposed to do that as a Metal Thrashing Madness episode, but we're not sure how that's going to work out. So yeah, we might do it here if you want. It's up to you, buddy. We'll set that up. I'm a musical guy too, so if you ever do those, I'm there. Awesome. I just been kind of getting into them the last few years. With I really liked Anna in the Apocalypse. Is that what it's called? The Christmas one with the zombies. I thought that one was really good and the songs were good in it. But yeah, you really need to have a taste for that, right? Tricks them into thinking that they need to play this for their grades. All this part. You mean we're not in the band? It's like, oh, well, you feel bad then. Doesn't mean you're not in the band. And these kids can sing too, eh? It's when summer goes to sing, eh? He teaches the kids passion and not to treat music like a math subject. Music is more than that. I completely agree. Like, don't treat it like it's a job or whatever. It's supposed to be full of soul and full of passion, like you said. Uh, it's it's gonna feel dull and flat if it's not for the right purposes, right? And it's funny there when Summer was singing and she was singing very bad. She had to take, I guess, like an hour course on how to sing bad before that part because she was already a good singer, I guess, before that. She didn't know how to sing bad. The bee's knees. I remember after this movie, I said that so much. The bee's knees and the cat's pajamas. It's pretty quotable, this film. The songs, I have to admit, I sing a lot of them at work. The handshake. And that kid right there who plays the keyboard, he went up to the director and was like, "I shouldn't be in this film." He's like, "I don't feel right. I feel out of place. I don't feel like I belong." And he's like, "No, that's perfect. That's what we're going for. That's why we chose you because that's what more what the script calls for, you know." And it does work perfectly fine. It's just that the kid at the time didn't really understand what his purpose was in the film, or probably just didn't think that he would fit in, you know. Mr. Cool, Blondie embrace space. That kid's hilarious too. He calls him Fancy Pants. And Jack Black came up with all the nicknames for these kids too. It was all him. Exactly, Jason. His talent is teaching. He finds his purpose. Yeah, who would have thought he's never academically smart, but he could teach them how to play music. Makes two things he's good at, even though music itself he wasn't great at, but he had that passion, like you were talking about, and how we were saying he was so confident. You mix that with talent, that's a recipe for greatness right there. I pledge allegiance. These kids too, the age difference. It's supposed to be in elementary school. I'm pretty sure the principal said earlier. They range from like 9 to 15, but that's not something that you're real focused on when you're watching this movie. You know, it's not important. Groupie. They're sluts. He manipulates them so much. They're just kids, and he has a hard time to do that. Parts like this is just like classic kindergarten cop stuff, you know? It's like the kids are just annoying him. Christina Aguilera. Now the kids know about the classics. This is when he realizes, wow, they don't know who Jimmy Page or Robert Plant is. I honestly kind of wish I was those kids. I wish I could just find out about Led Zeppelin and AC/DC and all those bands for the first time. Yo, we got Brett. What's up, everyone? From Good Real Hunting. What's going on? Summer's too smart for her own good. Send you back to first grade. Now that guy Freddie, they're the one that you guys said that died in the accident. Freddie Jones, isn't that the name of the guy in Scooby Doo? I'm pretty sure, isn't it? This is every musician too, NJ man. I have this song, but it's not finished, and you're not gonna like it. But I love this song. Was written on stone. I honestly sing this song at work quite often. No one has a clue what it is. Of the rent was way past due. Oh, excuse me. And the whole song is it's pretty much a revenge song of the band at the first that kicked them out. Yes. The visual description he gives about the stage show is excellent. Yeah, I love how he's like, now this is where the dry ice comes out. or the fog. It's excellent. The background singers. The man knows how to write a song, though. He has songwriting skills. It's he just may be a little too overconfident. I forgot about Sarah Silverman in here. I always thought she was hot. Yeah, she is. She's smoking in this, but she's so mean. Like, I remember when I first seen this, I didn't really know who she was at the time in like 2003. And later when I found out who she was, I'm like, wow, she played the bitch role so good in this. I have not heard the new video by Pretty Reckless. Last one I heard was the one you showed me, but it was really good. I just haven't gotten time to check out any other ones. But yeah, she's definitely one of those artists that doesn't sound like all the other bands out right now, which is hard because everybody's so much like clones of everything. Nothing's original anymore. Fancy pants. Schneeblay. It's funny because Jack Black originally in the original script it was supposed to be him hitting the teacher that's off right now with his car, and then like him replacing her. But then they ended up writing that she fell in the shower or something. They changed it. But in the original script, yeah, he's the one who actually got her off sick by hitting her with his car, which I think would have been pretty interesting to see. I don't know if it was on purpose or not. Didn't take long for them to bring the song to life. The video is really well done. I'll have to check it out. I'll look it up at right after this. I'll let you know what I think. This is what you're talking about. He's like playing it like robotic, like you said, like a math subject instead of playing it the way you're supposed to with soul and with passion. Just let you gotta be loosey goosey. Angus does that a lot in ACDC. No, you're not hardcore. I always love that too. How he's depending on their style, he's giving them different bands from the past to check out, different classics. Yeah, giving the drummer a rush. Good luck with that. Now this was a surprise with Tamika when she says that she wants to sing. Like she can sing, hold a note really long, and her range is incredible. Honestly, probably the best singer out of all of them. I hear you, Jason. I write a lot of riffs, but can never turn them into songs. Yeah, it's to try to connect the pieces, right? You can write like a riff, like a verse or a chorus or something, but it's to come up with the whole thing. Excuse me, but yeah, it's tough. I have so many like random riffs that I made up, but they never actually became complete songs. Good Reel saying, "Sup, Filthy and J Man." We have something coming with the Good Reel Hunting channel, so stay tuned for that, guys. This used to boil my blood back when I was a kid, seeing like the parent like that. You're not supposed to be playing rock and roll. What is this? You know, it's almost like the Twisted Sisters music video. What is this rock music? That's right. Better out than in. Classic Shrek quote. I always wanted one of those little amps too after I watched this movie. I ended up getting one. He's bringing in the whole anarchy side of rock and roll, like the punk side of it. Got to stand up. It's hilarious. It's when Fancy Pants goes to say it. Billy. You're tacky and I hate you. He's teaching him to sing about something you love or hate. Just make it something that is true to you, you know? Sure, Brett. I want to rock. Yeah, so We got a video coming out for Shark Week next week. It's either Monday or Tuesday, like Good Reel Hunting here is announcing. It's going to be a Slash It Out Shark Edition, so you don't want to miss it. It's going to be awesome. And this Saturday, for Good Reel Hunting's 300 sub celebration, they're going to have another trivia night, and he asked me to be moderator, so that should be fun on Saturday night. Show up to his channel and bring your questions. Yeah, and congratulations again on reaching over the 300 sub mark. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Jason. I want to rock. After watching this movie, I'm always feel like playing guitar every time. So you know the movie did his job. And like I said, how good of a job did they do at making it like fairly family friendly, and making it feel really like rock and roll, you know? Because not many movies can do that or pull that off. Thank you so much, Goodreal. Yeah, and thanks all my viewers and subs, get me to the 1K sub mark. It's surreal. Yeah, and StreamYard's working really fine, working really good. This is my first time linking it to my YouTube channel. I've used it once before, just a regular pre-recording, but yeah, it seems to be working fine. So I'm excited to have other people over on the channel on it. It's like Alice Cooper said, "You are not a rock band unless you have attitude." Yeah, that's right. That was the whole thing at the time, right? Going against the grain. If you don't have the attitude or nothing, you're going to be robotic, like the guitar player in a while ago, where he was just playing with no soul or nothing. Whether the attitude's good or bad, it's going to come out. It's awesome showing him Hendrix and everything. Angus. Showing them the performance side. You got to have a stage presence too. You don't want to just be standing out there stiff. You got to put on a show. I may have to get the full version of StreamYards, so I lose the duck up here, and I can have way more options, you know? 10 more to go, and I'm at 400 subs. Awesome, man. Everybody that sees this video, go on over to J Man's Movie Cave and give him a sub. He also has a music and movie channel like me. And we're going to be over there on July 18th ranking the Alice Cooper albums, the original band's albums. So you don't want to miss that either. That's where he gets the idea to take her out. That's right. You'll get there, man. You deserve it. You got great content over there. Always like that bass and drum line there. This van's smoking so bad. Clever diversion. And how they had the computers doing that is pretty advanced for the time in 2003. I mean, we had computers and everything, but I don't know. Well, it was a Mac, so school has money. Yeah, I hear you. Music talk is a well, I don't know. It's just yeah, it just seems to flow better when we talk about movies. We have a certain way of breaking down a film and that, and I just haven't found that way to break down an album yet. Like to talk about all the different parts and aspects of it. I try, but it's definitely not as easy as talking about movies. Oh, you're doing weekly scene breakdowns now. Awesome. I love your scene breakdowns. Your Friday 13th Part 4 one was real good. Your Rocky ones were good from the original. The Part 3 you just did was real awesome. And yeah, you do a real good job at that. And I don't see too many other people breaking down scenes like that, which is well, it's real original anyway. You do a real good job at it. He's a sexy chubby man. Just feeling insecure. That's something Jack Black does not feel at all. This could have turned real dark when Freddy ran off. Excuse me. Exactly. He looks up to them. If they were smoking or drinking and that, he's gonna think it's cool to do it, right? It's not cool. A great rock show can change the world. Ugh. A great rock show can change the world. Look at Woodstock. That's the best example. You see where he throws that chair right there? That wasn't in the script. That was just Jack Black being in character. And you can really see the character Summer kind of like jump back because she didn't know he was going to do that. To me, it doesn't matter if the bill's full or not. I mean, you see all those kids come in, you're going to be like, okay, you can join the roster. They're terminal. Oh, making that other guy feel awful. That one kid just laying down on the road. Stick it to the man, Iosis. Kids do a great job in this movie too. You're dying, remember? The immigrant song, Led Zeppelin. They had a hard time getting this song in this movie too. They had a personally asked, like, sent a video asking Led Zeppelin because they're known to not let people use their music in film. And yeah, they had to send like a video of him pleading with all the kids behind him. You can see it on the special features of the DVD. I used to own the DVD and I do not know where it is. Over the years, it got misplaced or sold or something. So I'm going to have to pick up another copy. But yeah, that's where I get a lot of my behind the scenes information. He's just chilling, playing around, jamming. School of Rock. And they made a School of Rock TV show after this. I think they made a couple, but the first one was a reality show with Gene Simmons. And I was like, what the hell is this? It was kind of ridiculous. It was okay, but I think there was another one after that I never even checked out. Joan Cusack is so funny, except in Arlington Road when she scared the hell out of me. Shame she hasn't done more thrillers or horror. Yeah, I haven't seen Arlington Road, but yeah, she's great in this. Like, perfect casting for the principal. She's in High Fidelity with John Cusack too, her brother. I love when later in the film when she's drunk at the bar there singing Stevie Nicks. It's coming up. He's playing it so innocent. I haven't heard any music. Oh, he left his Gibson out. It's always in the situations where they're about to get caught. It becomes pretty funny. This is a good part too, where he has to sing and teach them. -1. She'll always be the girl in the retainer in 16 Candles to Me. With the retainer? Oh, really? I'll have to rewatch it. It's been so long since I watched 16 Candles. But yeah, I never even knew she was in it. But at the time when I watched it, it was a long time ago. I was probably like 13 or 14. I find it funny because Led Zeppelin has been sued by Willie Dixon for ripping him off. Willie Dixon, who wrote the classic blues tunes in the 40s and 50s. Yeah, and apparently Led Zeppelin are really bad for using their music in films and that. Like, you have a real hard time to get the copyright for them. And this was the one exception they made, one of the one exceptions. They're in a few other movies, but they probably paid the price. I don't know if that's a studio thing or the band itself, but and see, this is where you find out she's just so stuck up in the way she is because no one ever hangs out with her. No one ever treats her like a real person or a friend. And then when he gives her a little bit of alcohol and just hangs out with her, shows her a good time, she starts to come out, be more fun. He drank half his beer. He's already screwing up his name. Their behavior about the issue has always been funny since they basically copied Taurus by Spiral to make Stairway to Heaven and got sued for it. Yeah, that's true. It's funny because it they act like it doesn't go both ways. Like they've done things like that before, like Jason has mentioned too, talking about Willie Dixon. And with the Stairway to Heaven thing, it's like, but yet they're so stuck up when you go to use their things. It's like, yeah, I can understand they want to have credit, but I mean, it's only helping the band. It's promoting the band when you put out their stuff. You mean Spirit? Yeah, when I said Spiral, yeah, okay, Spirit, yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure of who it was, but I know of a Stairway to Heaven, well, track that sounds very similar that came out before. I have heard that. I just couldn't remember the name either. But yeah, it's interesting. It makes you think. Well, and I think it may be the band the way it sounds. I don't know if it's studio. It could be that too. But from what I hear, I think it's the band. She's getting into it. The Stevie Nicks. This is a great song. I do love this Stevie Nicks song. Edge of 17. Ooh, baby, ooh. She's right into it. She took like 2 sips of her beer. She's drunk and she's allowing Ned to do whatever. Tomorrow. That's how you can tell it was written for Jack Black. This role when he can just go off and do his own little, like a little songs there where he sings by himself. That was so his style even before this movie. Your favorite Stevie song? Yeah, mine too. To be honest, her voice in that song, it hits hard. Ned feels so awkward here. He's like just kind of listening to her rant. We really get to see the other side of her. Huh? She's letting everything out. You're cool. Yeah. Make it into glam band the way they're dressed. It's glitter rock. It's glam. It's fabulous. Don't you talk about my bow tie? And the whole school outfit works really well with ACDC, right? Because Angus already rocks that. It's my head in the smasher. She is. So I said this movie, it's like perfectly casted. Like all of them, they were meant for these roles. It seems, especially Sarah Silverman. I can't believe how well she plays the the mean bitch in this. Oh, that's where we get his song. It's a good song too. The one they actually play later. You better forget. Rock got no reason. Rock got no rhyme. In Arlington, Jones and her husband are domestic terrorists. Basically, Timothy McVeigh types, and she's evil in it. I was shocked at her playing such a hardcore, scary role. Yeah, I gotta check that out because that seems interesting to me. I never seen her in that type of role at all. It's always cool to see actors out of their element, especially if they nail the role. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget that, and I'm gonna write down Pretty Reckless to check out their new video so I don't forget. There, check those out after this movie. It's funny that solo that Jack Black's doing with his mouth. It's exactly the same solo he actually plays. Well, it's not him that plays it there, but his character plays it. We roll tonight to the guitar bite. Though for those about to rock, we salute you. Um, that was my first rock shirt I've ever owned when I was a kid. For those about to rock. Oh, she nails it. She's scary, evil, and all smiles and sweetness while she does it. Ooh, getting me more intrigued. Like she's asking him out on a date to parent teacher night. The principal and the teacher. Looking all fancy. And if you didn't notice, the whole movie, when he's playing Ned, he has his hair parted one way, and when he's playing Dewey, he has his hair parted the other way, which I thought was pretty clever. That it's not something you can pick up on the first watch a lot of times. My first shirt was Kiss. Biker bought it for me after holding me on his shoulder at the concert when I was 10. Nice. Gene spit blood on us during calling God of Thunder. Very cool. I got to see Kiss in their final show. Well, supposed to be their final show, but they played again after that in Montreal a few years ago. It was a hell of a show. Expensive though. Holy shit. And we were far enough away, but damn, could you feel the flames? Like, I can just imagine them. They must have stuff on them so they don't get burnt, because I could feel the heat from the flames and I was pretty far back. So I can just imagine. Pretty Reckless video is Only Love Can Save Me Now. Okay, I'm jotting that down. I had Pretty Reckless written down. Now I know what song. Cool. Funny enough, I found her when I was in Ontario one time. Uh, Probably about 2000, maybe 10 or 11, maybe, when I found them. And I found out there was the girl from The Grinch. I'm like, really? But yeah, she always sounded great. Everything I heard from her so far. I'm not a teacher. He's trying to come out clean and she just doesn't understand. Love Pretty Reckless, but I'm not happy with the new album. Have all their others, but not buying this new one. Oh, interesting. Welcome back, Mega Movie Z, Wolfman, Mike, the man of many aliases. He just went for a run, but now he's back. Welcome back. We're at the parent teacher meeting part. Just started. Teacher student confidentiality. Like he's a doctor. Yes, we're at that part. It's coming any second. Your kids have touched me, and I believe I have touched them too. Gotten to know your kids. Yeah, those parents should be proud. They came a long way. She's so, she's so wears the pants in that situation. Patty, Sarah Silverman. Here it is. Big quote. I love how he managed to grab his two guitars and run out before anybody grabbed him. Dan is right. Sarah Silverman is smoking hot in this movie. Yeah, must save the guitars. I feel bad for the real Mr. Schneebly in this, played by Mike White. He's torn between his best friend and his girlfriend, his crazy girlfriend. He's kind of caught in the middle. He finally pulled the trigger, told his best buddy he has to move out. But is that him talking or his crazy girlfriend talking? I'll tell you where we're at. We're at an hour and 26 minutes and 15 seconds at this point. The kids are discussing like why their teacher's gone and that. Just let me know if you need another time stamp. Like as if though, if this was a super serious movie, as if they just let Dewey go back home and the cops not show up or nothing. It's just like, oh, whatever. But I'm so happy. It's not that type of movie. It's a fun film. You're not supposed to overthink it. That's where we're at. I just put the time frame. Yeah, they're picking up Stewie Dewey right now from his house with the school bus. Uh, yeah, a minute 28 and 30 some seconds. 34, 35. Yeah, like Jason said, what a vinyl collection, cassette connect collection, all the classics, I bet. See Black Sabbath, Megadeth. Mr. Schneebly. It's awesome. He's like, I used you guys. He's admitted it. It's true. He did use them just to get a ban because he hated the fact he got kicked out of his. Have you seen High Fidelity? It has Jack Black as a record store worker. You would love that. Yes, I have seen it a long time ago. And Joan Cusack is in it as well as her brother, John Cusack. They're both in it. So the principal in this film and Jack Black are both in that. But it's one I have to rewatch. It's been a long time. But yeah, it was a good flick. Definitely going to have to do Tenacious D too one of these days. Another Jack Black music film. Underrated band for sure. Yeah, it's been a while, but I remember it being good. Good rom com. Yeah, Tenacious D is awesome. Said, well, maybe I'll get you on for that one too when I do a Tenacious D film. They're supposed to make a sequel, but I don't know if it'll ever happen because the first movie didn't do real great in box office. It became a cult classic after. But yeah, it's just so much fun. The soundtrack is amazing. Beelzebub Boss is one of the best, most epic endings. It's awesome. He admits he's not that great. He knows the kids better. And it's a big arc because from the first, he figured he was the best, the way he was going on. He had too much confidence. And Zach's song's good too. I like both, but I don't know. I almost like the hardcore song better. I don't know because the Rent was way hardcore. And be right back before they play the song. Just gotta let my dog in the house. Made back just in time. This is a great song. We were stuck in the dumb days. They really brought this song to life from how it started in the classroom. La la la. Yeah, there we go. The lyrics. Yeah, this solo is the only thing that Jack Black didn't actually play. No soul. This is what I mean. It's actually a really good song where if you like, especially nowadays, you try to make a family friendly rock movie, it's going to be kind of corny in that to most adults, I think. But this film pulls it off. Like Jason said, it gets you jacked. And that ooh la la in the background was perfect. School time. See, they add in that little kick some ass like you're writing there. That's just like that little thing to just put it in that PG category where it's not G. It's not, but it's not too bad for kids. I mean, they should know better not to say it themselves. It's just for the love of the movie. Most people didn't like Tom Cruise one, but I loved it. Which Tom Cruise one? And they had a when he did that stage dive there, they had security like real people ready there to catch him because they didn't trust the actual crowd, just in case. Now this is my final exam. Y'all know who I am. I may not be perfect, son, but y'all be rocking when I'm done. Zach Moneyham, everyone. Hell yeah. I hear you, Jason. Especially when the parents start coming around and that, you're like, it just gets you pumped. Rock of Ages, yes. I forgot about the movie. I was writing down a bunch of music movies, but I did not think of that one. I'm gonna have to write that one down too. That was another one I'll have to rewatch before a stream, but I remember liking it. I forgot all about it. This guy's trying to hit on the principal. It's very cool. Yeah, she is great. I'm furious, but that was incredible. It's like she's mad, but she's so impressed. No vacancy. That was his old band. Bull crap, man. Even the parents are like, what? The other band was okay, but come on. I mean, these guys stole the show, the School of Rock. Yeah, they should have won the competition. It is some bullshit. It's ridiculous. And that's why they're getting this encore. Yeah, the chant. School of Rock. The fan favorite. The ones everybody will be remembering. School of Rock. Oh, this is where they play It's a Long Way to the Top. I know they played it at the end too there. When they're at the official School of Rock. I figured they would have played his song though for the encore. The about paying the rent. Love that song. I don't want to get paid to lose. I want to win. Yeah. I feel like there was a big surgence in the 2000s with rock music where it was fairly dead, like the classic part of it. But things like School of Rock, Rock Band, like Guitar Hero, all those stuff started coming out and bringing back a lot of nostalgia and a lot of older bands from the 70s and 80s that a lot of people stopped listening to or just grew too old, you know? But those, I feel like, and it brought it to the next generation, the new generation. They got right into it from Guitar Hero. Even myself, there's songs on Guitar Hero that, like, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I never heard this before. And yeah, it's great. Like, I love that we had that little resurgence. Yeah, I actually heard about this. They actually had a reunion concert where they brought back the original cast as adults with obviously Jack Black, and they played both songs. I would have gone to that any day over a Broadway remake. Yes, me too. I do know that they made a remake, like you said, a musical or a Broadway of this film. I haven't seen it, but I heard it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't as good as the film. Uh, as for the show, yeah, that would have been awesome seeing them in real life, like, because, like I said, all these people played the instruments for real. It wasn't fake. The only thing that was fake was the solos. So that's really impressive. And introducing teens to 70s, 80s metal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was this little resurgence in the 2000s with the video games and movies like this that I felt like it really helped in bringing back that classic rock and 80s, 70s, 80s metal sound and music. Too bad it didn't really affect the music coming out at the time too much. It just, but it brought these old bands to the new generation and brought them to their attention, which is awesome. Yeah, so they actually form a school for rock. They did what he wanted to do. Well, it's amazing how many teens right now are Iron Maiden priests and hardcore power and traditional metal fans. Yeah, it seems like it's making a resurgence, right? Making that loop back around. And even the kids as adults did the solos because I had a friend who went to the reunion concert and said it was incredible. Yeah, the kids actually do it. It was just Jack Black's parts for the solos. He doesn't play those. But everything else is legit because the director, what was his name again? Richard Linklater. He said he wouldn't do the movie if the kids weren't going to play the instruments for real. So, and it just makes the movies just so much more authentic and real. And that's what it needed. And I think that's where the other movies like this suffer is when they don't have that authenticity. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much the end. We got the credits rolling here, going doobie doobie doobie. Um, hope you guys had a good time. I did this my very first watch along with my music and a movie, and I think it turned out okay. It was a fun movie. It flew by. Was it an hour and 47 minutes? I'm stopping it there. We're at the credits. But yeah, it didn't seem like that long. It seemed like the time just flew by, and yeah, I had a blast. And I think this was a success. I'm glad that StreamYard worked well with my computer and with YouTube. So I'll be doing this more in the future. And yeah, Mega Movie Z, Mike, if you ever want to come on, Red Rusty, any is want to ever do one of these musical films, whether it be a musical or just music themed or a biopic, even if we have like a documentary of a band that we want to check out that we're all interested in, I'll be totally down. Yeah, it was fun, Rusty. So yeah, I'll be doing this again. I was thinking just every this is the first Wednesday of July, so I was thinking like the first Wednesday of every month, maybe. And next time I might switch it up to a biopic or a musical, keep it fresh, just keep switching it. But yeah, it'll be music involved for sure. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to go, guys. I don't have much time. I have to be somewhere at 9 my time, 9 Atlantic time. I know you guys go by Eastern and that, but yeah, I have to go soon. But this was a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah, I definitely got to go over there. I just did a pre-recorded video with Good Real Hunting last night, which should be out next week. Be a lot of fun for Shark Week. And yeah, I'm going to be over at Jason Nike's channel and the J-Man Movie Cave for Alice Cooper ranking his original albums on July 18th. I'll be there with Filthy Dan. And like I said before, with the Metal Thrashing Madness, it's kind of on hiatus right now because a crew member is taking time off. So we're not sure where we're going with that as of yet, but we'll let you know. But yeah, we definitely got to collaborate soon. But yeah, this was a fun time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But I got to take off. Thanks for coming, guys.